What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. It is a calm day. It's the last day of the week, and I've been trying to upload every weekend. So, this is my fifth week, I think, of consistency. So, praying for it to keep going. And um, I guess it's just going to be completely unedited, kind of raw. I just wanted to go over some topics that I've been really thinking about the past week that hopefully you can relate to some of it. Some of it can um, sparkle in your brain, and at the same time I think it also helps me understand these concepts more, and I think it's a win-win. So thank you for watching. One thing that I've been thinking about this past week, is especially on this introspective, self-reflective journey, whatever I've taken, is for the longest time I would say about 4 years ago, right? Nah, like three years ago. I had this deep desire to improve my life, right? I hopped on self improvement, like that whole train, right? Going to the gym more, exercising, reading books, trying to consume quality content. And I feel like for lists, I've checked off a lot of boxes, but one thing that I never checked off because I was just too afraid, too, I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to feel those feelings, was looking within myself. That was one thing that I was very afraid of. Um, I didn't want to think about where my beliefs came from. I didn't want to think about my insecurities. I didn't want to think about the quote unquote bad parts of me, right? Because, hey, I'm on self improvement. I want to think about the good parts of me. And for a while, I think being on self improvement served me a lot. You know, I got a better body. I moved out of my parents' house. I started a business. Um, I think I have good habits. I like to read. I don't like to consume. I'm not on social media. And objectively, it all did really good things for me. However, the one thing that I never decided to do was arguably the most important, where if I just worked on how I viewed and analyzed the beliefs about myself, it automatically would have improved every aspect of my life, regardless of if I had done anything else or not. Um, so, for example, we've gone over in the videos insecurities, people pleasing, and all these things are really hard to sit with, which is why people don't do it, right? But it's like if you really try to sit with yourself and think about the bad habits or the bad beliefs you have about yourself, we all have them. Whether you feel like you're insecure, you're not enough, you have to overcompensate for something, you don't like disappointing people. We all have negative habits, and that's just part of being human. And my mistake was that I never wanted to accept that I had those negative habits. I wanted to live in this ignorant mindset that no, there's nothing wrong with me, that I'm right, I'm always right. Um, However, subconsciously, and this is the funny part, subconsciously, all those bad beliefs were influencing my decisions. All those bad beliefs about myself, my insecurities, my selfishness, my people pleasing tendencies, all those, they were orchestrating every decision that I was making. And I didn't even realize that I was making those decisions. And so it's not until you invite stillness into your life, it's not until you sit with the feelings that you feel and really sit with them and analyze them and invite them, because those feelings tell a story. Those feelings tell you something about yourself, and the things you need to know the most are in the places you least want to look, which is in those deep, dark emotions. And if there's one thing that I could recommend is to not be like me. Do not have that mindset of stillness makes you weak, of not wanting to look deep within yourself. Because I'll tell you, you'll objectively, in a worldly sense, you might have everything that you want, but internally, you won't feel fulfilled. Internally, you'll feel alone because it's not healthy to hold in all those emotions. It's not healthy to hold in all those beliefs and not share with anybody. And I think as a man, it's even harder because if you're raised with the belief that men aren't meant to share their thoughts, men aren't meant to share their feelings, or maybe if you've just had a bad experience with sharing your thoughts and feelings to someone you feel you could trust, and turns out you didn't, and you never fully processed that, and so you kind of kept yourself stuck in that mindset that anybody whom you're vulnerable with or whom you trust is just going to do you dirty in some way. And so I wanted to leave you with this. I wrote this down. There's no way to go through a healing journey without true introspection. And you have to be still. You have to just sit with yourself sometimes. It sounds so obvious. Like it always annoys me when I say it. It sounds so obvious, but it's the absolute truth. Like you won't realize how you treat others. You won't realize how you treat yourself. You won't realize how you view the world, like your whole reality, until you just sit with yourself and analyze your own beliefs and thoughts. And you'll realize just how much your own beliefs and thoughts don't serve you, but you're just so blind to them. You're just so blind to them. And there's another thing that I would also mention. Self-improvement is good. I think self-improvement is every person, whether you're a girl or a boy, man, woman, I mean, it's the same thing. You should be on self-improvement. I mean, honestly, it's just good habits that can help you out. And overall, I really feel like you'll learn to appreciate it. That's not to say that you have to cut out every single bad habit or you feel like it doesn't serve you. No, we're all human. That's what makes us unique and authentic. But there is some principles that I think everyone should apply to their life. However, there's one thing that I want to emphasize on self-improvement that I feel is not mentioned nearly enough, and it's arguably the most important. People emphasize the word self too much in self-improvement. And I was in there. I can include myself in that. Self-improvement is that it's this thing that we have in our culture where it's like, no, it's you have to get yourself above. You have to help yourself. And I think that's true to a certain extent. But when it comes to people who care about you, friends and family who you know in your heart of hearts really want to see you succeed, it's important to also ask them for help. At the end of the day, we are social creatures. And I don't mean ask help in a way of asking for assistance or asking for money. That's the easiest form of asking for help, I feel. When I mean asking for help, I say asking someone to help you figure yourself out. There are so many people around you who know you better than you know yourself. I mean that fully and sincerely. If you truly feel like you know yourself the best, you are living in a circle of people who are not telling you the truth, or you are living in your own unrealistic mindset. There are people around you, your family members, your friends, who know you better than you know yourself. And when it comes to introspection and figuring out the bad habits that you have inside of you and truly wanting to change, not for any reason other than just being a better person, those people are extremely helpful. Those people are extremely useful as well. Imagine having someone who can tell you exactly your habits or how you act during certain situations. And it's someone whom I'm sure you can confide in. You're not going to go to a random person in the street and ask them, hey, what's my bad habit? No, we're talking about people who are around you, close friends, close family. And if you don't have any close friends and close family, and you've been on self-improvement, it's because you've emphasized the word self too much, and you think about yourself. I did the same thing. So it kind of goes back to, it's not even use self-improvement. Let's call it self-help. Let's eliminate the word self and just ask for help sometimes. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to tell someone, hey, I feel like I have this bad habit. I want to learn more about it. What do you feel? And just truly listening. Because you can't do this work, you can't truly want to get better unless you're able to truly listen. And that was another one of my bad habits. I could not listen for the life of me. It was so hard for me to take someone's words into account because immediately my ego would deflect, or my ego would not want to believe what that person was saying about me. And it's crazy how your ego can paint you a picture that is so far from the truth. Your ego, you can be so insecure that someone who genuinely wants to help you, genuinely who wants to see you succeed, your ego can convince you that they're personally attacking you, that they are personally trying to bring you down, like genuinely. And it's insane. It's insane to me, and it's insane that I had that mindset, or I had those beliefs, and I let those beliefs dictate how I felt. I let those beliefs, but at the same time, I didn't know, I didn't have that awareness because I didn't want to put in the work, and I didn't want to actually look within myself. And here's the last thing I'll mention. Listening is so important. I promise you, if you put more emphasis into listening, truly taking things for how they're said, truly taking things just to take them in, not to interpret your own version of it, you will notice so much around you. You will see, and you will think differently. The moment you truly start to listen is that I truly feel is the moment that things change. You have to listen. Listen to people around you. Listen to those who love you. Listen to your thoughts when you get them. I'm not saying that they have to be, I'm not saying take them for what they are, take them as fact. I'm just saying listen to them. Don't drown out your thoughts with actions or distractions, or even if it's a good habit like going to the gym. I think that's the best thing you can do. But it's also important to listen. Nothing changes until you truly listen. So, thank you for watching. This is my little rant. These are just some ideas that I had that I feel like could be useful to maybe anybody. I hope you have a wonderful week. Don't be on your phone. Take some time for yourself. Do the hard work. This is the hardest work, please, regardless of where you are in life. You can spare 20 minutes, 10 minutes to just write, think, breathe, like look within here. I promise you, it's such an important aspect of your life that you're gonna be disappointed by how much you neglected yourself. So, do the hard work. Love and blessings. Peace.